Due to the sanitary crisis that we are all in, the fact that all the educational centers are closed now and the substitution of face-to-face classes to online classes is something that we need to adapt to. Recent studies say that students agree that there are measurements that need to be taken, but that doesn't mean that the new educational system is not affecting them, due to the lack of technological resources, the inability to satisfy individual needs, the big amount of tasks, and of course the stress that this provokes. The process of learning needs to keep going, but not being ready for that change can cause long-term consequences.
How COVID-19 affects education. We are living what is potentially one of the greatest threats in our lives to global education, which has generated a series of challenges that the Mexican educational system is going to have to face. This situation has had consequences for the education that students will have to face in this contingency, since not everyone has access to the internet to take lessons remotely. Most educational institutes in the country are not equipped to provide good distance education. The lack of training for teachers to teach remotely is one of the major challenges that will have to be overcome during this quarantine. If we combine the factors of infrastructure problems, teaching trainings, adapting the material of their successful teaching through the remote form, we can observe how unfortunately the educational system is not prepared to face a contingency that implies that the total close of schools in our country. Another challenge is to establish communication strategies so the education authorities can contact teachers to create guides to accompany their plans of work with the students, which teachers use to maintain some contact with their students so that they follow what they are learning. It is essential to maintain the link between students and the educational process. This pandemic meant that educational institutes will have a clear understanding of the gaps and challenges related to connectivity, hardware, integrating digital tools into the curriculum, for example, that exists to use technology effectively.
Some solutions and tips for teachers are: ask for help to those who already know how to use virtual platforms, accept the change, find new ways to share information, take online courses to improve ways of teaching. Do not oversaturate students with a lot of information as they are also adapting. Be on the lookout of new information on the current topic as is coronavirus. Some solutions and tips for students are: accept the change, pay attention, it's not vacation, try to do everything the teachers leave, it's an era of change, learn to investigate beyond what teachers leave, respect class time, not because you are at home, you can joke about it.
Conclusion. In conclusion, the pandemic changed the method of study because the students have to leave their classrooms and focus on learning through online class. It is a big challenge because now you have to learn to better distribute your time, be more disciplined, responsible, and now have to use the different platforms for the school. It was also a big problem because some students don't have internet or computers in their homes, so this makes it difficult for them to continue their studies. It is very important that students are responsible and have a good attitude in order to continue their studies. The pandemic affects everyone, but it is necessary that school and students commit themselves more in order not to miss the course.